Thought it might be an idea if I include the build number in footage that I'm recording, so we're on 0.17200C. If I looked at that in the previous episode, I'd have realised that there'd been a patch because we were on B before. This is going to be a very short session because I'm tired and I'm probably going to go to bed soon. But there's just a couple of things for map related stuff I want to check. Okay, not my smoothest work there. Junk. Delicious. That gives me more more weapon opportunities. So we've got to get all the way over to this side. Sure. Ah. Oh. I don't know what happens with those. It's almost like they split or something along those lines. I'm really not sure. Right, where am I? There. Oh, damn it. Luscious strand. Well, I've got no health, but I do have this thing hidden in the corner. It's a smidge of paint. It's the last smidge of paint, in fact. We have got a slight issue with texture showing through there. Not a big deal. Just an observation. No. More currency. I'll take it. Up. Not entirely sure why that didn't. Right. So this was where we got a smidge of paint. So we've actually done this bit. Need to get to the Yeah, so this is where the luscious... Huh? It would kind of be nice if it only took you down to 1 HP. That dot. There's the possibility, of course, that that could be abused. But... yeah, I'd kind of like it if that were the case. We haven't found the map for this area at all. Oh no, that's the problem, isn't it? We have found the map for this area because this counts as being in the Fallen Path. Which is why we can warp away from it. Is that right? Yeah. Which is kind of weird, actually, but it is what it is. Got some question marks, so I might as well go see if I can... Acquire... damn it, I took my eyes off to read the achievement. Acquire all prey molds. Gosh darn it. They're weird. They've got such obvious telegraphs. And I'm still fucking it up. You really need to make sure, folks, that you're never as bad at these kind of games as I am. Because it's not good for you. It's not good for you at all. Right, we can't do anything there. We've got over there. Can we now? We got this shortcut unlocked. There's a spiky thing down here. Can we now get past it? No, we cannot. Oh, unless... Ah, okay. So we could have got past this before. Yeah, okay, that is 100% on me. Just, we might not have been able to get the range, potentially. Oh, God. Now, the problem here is going to be... It's going to be one of getting the dash to actually work. Because sometimes... Wolf! Sometimes it takes a second to register that you've actually touched the wall in a climb, not in a dash, so that it resets your dash. I'm assuming this is going to be a new zone. Skyrise. Gasp! It's pretty. Who would have thought that would happen? They've gone hard on the particles and stuff. The fog. Blooming. Don't know what that accent was. Blooming mud. We've still got, I'm going to assume at least 2 to 3 more areas over here. Well, guess we're not going down there then. Hello. Halt. Huh? Is that all? We're expecting more of you. Is this really all the help the deranged first smith of hands managed to gather? Pathetic. From Palladium to this. Regardless, we are here to prevent any more miscreants from entering Starmire while First Smith Marissa deals with that deranged First Smith. They are not worth further conflict, Smith. It would be for your own good to leave now. Go on now, you're not welcome here. Perhaps not, but I like going where I'm not welcome. You lowly fine, have it your way. Suck it. Yoink. Ouch. Once again, we have shield enemies, and if there's anything that these shield enemies in Drigberg have taught me, it's that they're not very fun to fight. Fortunately, they don't seem to have a mold attached, so I can basically just ignore them. Luscious. Oh. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to have a double jump at this point. Oh, good. Another mechanic. Another thing that needs a unique icon for my map. Oh. The chunk. Ooh. Ooh. If nothing else, we have the map. One Skyrise. Okay, and there should be lots of sparkles. Lots of sparkles. Also, where did I see that hand? There. Force upgrade, you say? Excuse me? Again, if you don't hit it at an angle, hello folks, future Demajen here. I'm going to pause this here. I was actually planning on pausing it later, but there's an issue, and you've probably already noticed it. I am having, or I was having, back in the day, because it's now the 16th of April as I'm recording this, I was having real issues with getting the dash slide to work. And I've just said there, and this is why I'm putting this bit in, because you've got to hit it at a diagonal. And you're not supposed to have to hit it at a diagonal. A little bit further on in this playthrough, I get to the next zone, and there are a couple of pretty significant and challenging platforming sections, except that they're not supposed to be as challenging as I found them, and I was finding them challenging because there was a fundamental issue with the dash slide implementation. It was not working properly, and it was only because I essentially sent a 45-minute rant video of me just getting increasingly frustrated with this ability to the lead dev that it was looked into, a problem was discovered, and it was fixed. It was fixed before, unless you playtested or got the game before launch. For anybody watching this that just picked up the game at launch, it won't have been an issue for you because it was fixed, and I playtested, I stress tested the fix for a couple of days on an experimental build, and it wasn't an issue except where skill issue was involved. So the issue that I was having, just to reiterate, was for the dash slide, it was not starting the slide off properly unless you were really hitting the diagonal angle once you get into the wall correctly. And they changed it so that it doesn't matter what angle you are hitting the wall at. If you are even 1 degree upwards of the horizontal, you go up. If you are 1 degree below the horizontal, you go down. That's not how it was working before. So whenever you see me dashing into a wall, because I'm holding towards and then slightly diagonally up, and it doesn't work, that's why. And it took us a long time to figure that out. It took them 24 hours to actually rejig the control system. I believe in the latest patch, which at the time of recording this is the 3rd major patch, they've changed it even more so that you don't even need to hold the direction now. A little bit like the grasp slide, where you didn't need to, but now they've changed it, and it works a hell of a lot better. In fact, it works so much better that for a good 24 hours or so after I got it, it's like, this feels so good, and I wish it was in place when I was actually doing this bit. I haven't decided at the time of recording this, because I haven't got to this bit in editing, what I'm going to do with that 45-minute section of just me getting increasingly pissed off. I will point it out, but as I said, I spent 45 minutes essentially complaining about this issue, and it's no longer an issue. So I might just speed it up. We'll see how I feel when I get there. Back to the footage. Oh. That shouldn't have happened, but I'm going to take it. Oh, okay. Nice. Very nice platforming indeed. When it works. I don't... I feel a little bit dickish if I constantly qualify it as when it works. I'm not trying to rub in the fact that it's a little bit flaky, but it has also been quite frustrating in places, so yeah. Right, there's more to Blooming Mud, but I'm kind of wanting to see what the colours are. So we're going to see if we can push further onwards. I mean, we might not be able to get round here. Oh, good. So it's got a track and we can dash into it. Again, very cool. Unlike all this stuff in the foreground, which is less so. Oh, balls. I wanted to dash left. Not left, right. Because it looked like there was something up here, yeah. Huh. Looks like there's supposed to be something there. Shit. Mm-hmm. Oh. We have made it to Starmire. Starmire is quite pretty. Gasp. You. How dare you? Have you no shame? No self-respect? Waltzing into Starmire dressed like that? Unbelievable. Smithy cycles. Completely out of touch with the glimmer and glow of a good dress. Not to mention, you are not even the first to have recently disgraced Starmire with barely a frill to your outfit. There was another, barely a couple of colours ago, all green. That's not to say you are much better, but... All green? Absolutely horrendous, truly. Well, what are you still standing here for? Get back from whence you came. Well, I tried. It's better be fetching us some snacks. Something tells me this is not. Interesting. All the pretty music. Starmire. Entrance. We're still a ways off, it would seem. Uh-oh. Well, I'm assuming... Oh, okay. Right. Well, we'll come back to that unless we. Ow. I don't know why I did that. There was surely much better and simpler ways of doing this. Okay, I was trying to ready for the attack from the enemy to the right, and instead got myself obliterated. We are, yeah, we're getting up close. Anyway, I said this was going to be a short episode, and I meant it because it is late/early, and I say episode, I mean session, because I'm crushing all of these together into something that vaguely resembles a peaceful playthrough. Back after this short cut. One of the things that I've said I do, I don't think this is any particular secret, but obviously if this is the first video of mine that you've watched, you won't know this. I can't wear headphones for any real length of time. I've got a pair of really good MX40 Studio headphones that I used to wear all the time. You can see them in some of my older videos. I developed an issue where they gave me headaches, and it wasn't because I was listening to stuff really loud or anything. I've never been a particularly loud listener of music, except at gigs which I used to go to, or on very rare occasions where I just wanted to rock out at home while I was writing or painting or something. But yeah, I started finding that I couldn't wear them for particularly long because they gave me headaches. And it wasn't just this particular pair of headphones, it was other headphones as well. So, in order to make sure that my microphone doesn't pick up game stuff coming from the speakers, I have to turn game volume and music down. And of course, this also helps me think and form sentences as well, because I'm not being overwhelmed by the sound effects of the game. It's an old man problem, probably, or maybe it's a serious medical problem. I don't know. So anyway, I've spoken at length about the fact that I really love Alex Rowe's soundtrack for the original GRIME. Misbegotten Amalgam continues to be one of my favourite pieces of video game music that isn't from the Final Fantasy series. But I've not really been able to listen to much of this because I've got the volume turned down quite low. So it's only right at the start, when I've not started talking yet, that I really get to experience it, or when I'm just sat chilling like this and kind of listening in the background. So I want to start off anyway, now that I've been distracted by music related stuff. I've been talking a lot as I've been going through this playthrough about the map, and I've made absolutely no secret of the fact that I am using the game's actual map to guide me around this game, because this, now that I've spent an awful lot of time, filling it out and so on and so forth, it's a good map. It's got the occasional bit that I think probably needs, checking out, like things that it's like, is that really there, or is that a leftover from the way, or the room over here, is it a leftover from the way the map mesh is put together? But I think it's time that I'm only going to show you, just a brief glimpse of this, because people are like, well, what's the work in progress for your map look like, Demo? What kind of things do you do? I've spent, at the time of recording this, I'm up to 45 hours spent on mapping for Grime, and that includes the time spent on the demo map, because that's taken in. So probably 35 to 40 hours of the game, plus 5 to 10-ish hours. I don't know the exact details, and I'm not trying to obfuscate anything of the main game. So yeah, if I just hit this, that is what we're currently looking at. Can I make this a bit bigger so it matches up a little bit more? No, I can't actually zoom it to the same level. But yeah, so that is what I have been doing, and this is why it is taking so long to do, because I'm marking on, and these are the little question marks that I've been talking about. I'm putting little question marks all over my map so that I know that I need to go back. So we've got all the materials, all of the molds, the one-way doors, things that I need to check out, hunt point things, and so on and so forth. I don't want to zoom out too much, but I'll just give you a kind of an idea as to how overboard I'm going with the map. I've had to make so many different icons for, those are the normal bouncy ones, and those are the ones that throw you in a particular direction. Those are the grapple points, and then we've got over here, we've got the dash barriers, and then we've got icons for the stupid ball sack things that took me ages, and then we've got purple grapple points, which are the ones that fling you off in the direction. And obviously up in the place that we're at now, we have got the star-shaped ones that take you on a particular path, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I've gone a little bit overboard, and we've still got, as I said, a chunk more to go, because we're not close to the end of the game at this particular point in time. So we're in Starmire. Now we can't warp away from Starmire because we don't have the area warp. So I think it's time we probably did something about that. If I can remember how to play, because it's been a few hours. What is that? Weird sack thing? Yeah, I wish it was just a little bit easier. Do these disappear? They do. I don't quite understand their attacks, if I'm honest. But hey. Right, we've got... Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Too early. That's not going to work. Oh, you're stuck in a corner. Haha. Oh. Nice laser. Hey. Woohoo. Yeah, I love the kind of open flower petal thing that's going on in the background here. I'm going to go... Get that. We've got a slight misaligned collider here. I can't move left. I can jump over it. In fact, you can just see it there if I... You can just see me walk off the edge of it. So we want to... We want to not do that, is what we want to do. No, I need to dash out of it, don't I? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Right, this should be on the other side of the shortcut wall. There we go. And down here... Oh. Okay. So we've got multiple enemies with a hunt dude, or dudette, and ranged attacks. So... Okay. Right, come over here. Oh! Oh, really? The thing that I keep on forgetting, and I'm sure I said something about this in a previous video, which was based on a position of idiocy. This is an instant heal in the sense that it doesn't heal over time. It still has a cast time. I'm really confused by that attack. I'm not quite seeing how it's working. So it's a teleport backwards? What? I could have sworn I should have had more health than that, or maybe she just did a load. I need to try and kill all these mobs. I've realised actually, as I've been doing map-related catch-up over the last day or so, that there were quite a number of hunt mobs. That was good. Gotcha. Yeah, sorry, I should finish the thought now. I finished concentrating. There are quite a number of hunt enemies that we haven't killed. Oh, well, oh, that's a beam attack. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's me doing that. I thought I clipped into the wall for a second. Okay, let's refresh. Okay. The next thing I want to do, just because I want to know what's up there, is up here. This has to be a measure of skill, not a test of patience as regards are the mechanics going to work. I know exactly what I want to do here, and I can't do it, and it's not because of a lack of skill, it's because the mechanics are inconsistent. Please, let that fucking be it. Oh! We've got all the force pickups in the game. Or not, because there's clearly another one there. Huh. That's interesting. I was going to say that's interesting because that's not on my map, but actually I think... Ah, no, it is. I'm just misreading the map. I'm assuming I can just go... No, I can't. Huh? What? No, you can't slide into that if they've got spikes. You still need to slide into an area. Oh, no, I get it. I get it. You can pull yourself through spike. Oh, thing's not there. You can pull yourself through spikes, so you need to dash out and wait so that it will... Hopefully. Nice. Yeah, okay. That made me think for a second. Appreciate that. Okay, so 15 total force pickups isn't the maximum number in the game. It's just what you get the achievement for. Well, I have to say, I think I earned those. Right. We can't dash through these. Oh, we can. We can't get that way. That's not... That looked like it was going to be too close. Let's just go over the top. It's probably quicker anyway. Yeah. I wish I could offer feedback as to how to make that section up there better. But frankly, the issue is not with the section, it is with the controls for the section. Going up a little bit too high. Didn't think we were going to be able to get up there. So in order to get up there, we actually need to go over the top. I don't know how to get there. Woohoo! No. So he can charge his attack, but he can turn around just before he fires it. I'm not generally a fan of that, but to be fair, he did have quite a long wind-up animation on it. So now I know he can do it. I think... Okay. Oh. But yes. Yes, but no with that one. Alright, let's do that again. No. Again. It's such a cool idea for a mechanic, but it doesn't work very well. For fuck's sake. And again, it's all down to this reliance on a mechanic that is inconsistent. Get this wall dash... Oh, bollocks, it's not even back yet. Get the wall dash mechanic consistent, and you'll have a really good set of platforming experiences here. I fucked that up. That's on me. But until it's consistent... And don't get me wrong, it could be... Bollocks. Now it doesn't work at all. I thought, oh, I'll just wall jump and then jump back into it. It's like, no, you can't do that. It's like, why? And if not, how am I supposed to be doing it? It's a fucking hell! Why does it just not work? Christ for that. Ow, that fucking hurt my hand. Ah. That was far, far too flaky. This entire mechanic is far too flaky and inconsistent for if it works or not. I mean, why did that not work then? Can I... And this is a terrible idea. Preview project second monitor. Technically speaking, I can... I can open this on my second monitor and I can actually see my inputs nice and large, but there's a little bit of delay. See, I didn't... So is it a case that I'm too close? No, because I'm literally pressed right up against the collider there. Oh, hold on. No, that's inconsistent. Because it's not appearing there. But it is appearing there. So there must be literal pixels in it. I'm inclined... Keeping in mind that I'm not a game dev and I don't know a huge amount about game development, but I know a teeny tiny bit. I'm inclined to suspect that that is, assuming the game works with raycasts for detecting collision. I'm assuming it is something to do with the game being not quite sure. Well, no, not quite sure is a very human way of putting it. In terms of the game saying, in its logic, you are too close for the wall slide to actually kick in, possibly because of how hitboxes and collision works. I don't know. Either way, there is an issue in terms of how that is working. Anyway, we have finally made our way to the map. I've hurt my hand in doing it, so I'm going to actually have to take a break, but I think it might be a good idea if I just put this little bit of footage together and send it to the devs ASAP to say, there's an issue here, can we do something about this? Spike's there. Okay, need to get further on that. Why does it keep... I figured that was going to happen. I saw the chunk and went back, and I shouldn't have bothered. Anyway, we don't need to piss about with that. So you can get into the wall from quite a distance. So I guess it is just being being too close. Oh, I don't want to go down here. No, I really like this mechanic. I think it's super cool. But I want it to work 100% of the time. Oh. Oh, okay. I was taken aback. That's not what I wanted to do. God, I really want to double jump. That does so much damage. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a break. I've really hurt my hand trying to do those sections. We've spent an hour on this, and it could be a me issue. It could just be my skill or understanding of the mechanics isn't right. But yeah, it simply says from close range, but it looks like the way you come out of it is potentially affected by the collision protection that stops you overlapping with objects. So sometimes you get shunted a little bit and don't get enough height, and then sometimes you do. And the wall jump has been kind of... I think I said right back when we first got it that it felt a little bit weird. And all the way through the playthrough, we've had issues with it. The way you come off the wall feeling a bit weird or odd or something. And it's like, I've just realised I haven't locked my frame rates. We're still at 240 FPS. I don't want that. See if I can lock it at 120. Well, that hasn't locked it, has it? Interesting. That's supposed to lock it for menus, right? Hold on, let's do that thing where you're supposed to lock it 4 frames below, aren't you? So if we lock it at 11... Oops. If we lock it at 116... Oh! No, never mind. That's just me being an idiot. I'm not actually on the selected GRIME profile. That will do it. There we go. Yeah, that shockingly enough makes a difference. Yeah, I'm gonna go and put this footage together because that has really hurt my fingers trying to do that. And yeah, I think I've said my piece. Hopefully there's some useful feedback in there for the devs, but I do not count myself as a highly skilled platformer player. I'm certainly no kind of god tier Super Meat Boy, no damage, yada yada yada. But generally speaking, I find platforming stuff like this very, very cool and of a generally good challenge. If the mechanics were working as I expect them to, I would say that that was an absolutely top tier platforming experience, rivaling something like what Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown and Mio offer. In fact, I would argue actually that the sheer breadth of mechanics in this, from a platforming standpoint, is better than Mio. But it doesn't work all the time. And that's where the frustration is coming from. If I fuck up a jump, on me, absolutely. If I don't quite reach the thing, again, that's on me. But if I don't quite reach the thing because the mechanic doesn't work consistently, that's not on me. Now, it could be that that lack of consistency is because of something that I don't understand or that I am doing wrong, in which case that is on me, but it is not clear why it's on me. It's not clear why or how I'm doing it wrong, if that makes sense. That's my viewpoint on it. This is not me trying to excuse skill issue. I've got no problem talking about skill issue when it comes to me talking about myself and when it comes to talking about platforming. Combat is another matter entirely. I can't stand it when people talk about skill issues in Souls combat. That tends to get very, very toxic very, very quickly. But when it comes to this, these are not really very complex mechanics from my point of view. It's just getting them down in the right order. And the order, I don't think, is actually all that complicated. It's good. My brain can cope with it. But the mechanics can't keep up with what my brain is trying to do because either I'm missing something or they need more work. I think I've said my piece. I'm going to stop now because otherwise I'm going to feel like I'm being an asshole and I am going to start repeating myself, and that's just going to make me sound like I'm justifying, why it's a game issue, not a me issue. Yes, so I'm going to go and put this footage actually together and send it straight over to the devs to see if there's if nothing else, to see if they can tell me, oh, I'm doing this wrong, you don't understand how this mechanic works. And if they can tell me that this is what I'm doing wrong, I can then say, then you need to explain that better in game, realistically. Because if I'm not getting it, then a lot of people aren't going to get it, and a lot of people are going to get frustrated unnecessarily by a lack of understanding about a mechanic that could probably do with being explained better or be more mechanically consistent. Back after this cut. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.